Simon, son of John, do you love me? These are the words Jesus speaks to Peter, not once, but 3 times. And they're not just for Peter. They're for you and they're for me. For anyone who has messed up, or who has doubted, who has felt unworthy, or too broken to be loved, this gospel tells us one powerful truth. Jesus meets you where you are at, not where you should have been. Let's take a moment to remember what's going on here. Peter is back to fishing. After all the miracles, after walking on water, after promising he'd never abandon Jesus, he denied him 3 times. And now he's gone back to the boat, back to what's familiar, back to what's safe. And that's what we do, isn't it? When we feel like we failed, we retreat to what we know. And Jesus, he doesn't show up with judgment. He doesn't say, Peter, I told you so. I knew you were going to deny me 3 times. No, he comes to the shore, he cooks breakfast, and calls out, children, have you caught anything? And it's such a simple question, but it's also full of tenderness. He's saying, I know where you are, and I'm still here. I haven't given up on you. And Jesus meets Peter not in the temple, but on the shore. Not in his success, but in his failure. Not after Peter has fixed everything, but right in the mess of it all. And this is how Jesus works. He meets us in the ordinary, in the middle of our work, our worries, and our regrets. So maybe you're an elderly parent, feeling like your time of doing great things for God is in the past. Or just a regular parent right now, exhausted from raising kids, feeling like you've just been surviving. Or maybe you've been carrying guilt for what you've done or what you haven't done. Jesus meets you where you're at. He doesn't wait for you to be perfect. He just asks, do you love me? Peter says, yes, Lord, you know that I love you. But even that answer isn't very strong. In Greek, Jesus uses the word agape love, divine unconditional love. Peter answers with philia, brotherly love, a more human love. Peter isn't sure that he can give Jesus everything anymore. He's been humbled. Peter has been humbled. After saying, I won't deny you, I'll never leave you, Lord. He was so confident in himself until he denied him 3 times, and he's actually now looking at his weaknesses, not just his strengths. Peter has been humbled. He knows his weaknesses, and Jesus accepts it. He meets Peter in his imperfect love and still entrusts him with the care of his flock. Feed my sheep. Jesus is saying, I can work with your imperfect love. Just stay close to me and let me walk with you. For the elderly in our midst, maybe you feel like Peter, looking back on life with regrets or wondering if you're still useful in the church. Jesus sees you. He says, feed my sheep. You still have wisdom to share. You still carry the faith. You're still called to love. And so for the parents juggling work and family, barely holding it together, Jesus sees you too. Right there, in your tired prayers, in your efforts to bring your kids to Mass, in the way you keep going even when no one notices. He asks, do you love me? That's enough for him. And for those struggling spiritually, emotionally, relationally, Jesus is already on the shore waiting. He's already cooking breakfast, preparing a place for you, ready to restore your heart. Christ does not need perfection. He just wants your heart. So today, let us allow Jesus to meet us right where we are, not where we think we should be, not in our future better version of ourselves, but here, now, because here is where grace begins. Do you love me? Let's respond with honesty. Even if it's imperfect, Jesus can turn it into a mission. And if we let him meet us where we are, he will lead us where we're meant to be.